Welcome in everyone to this third day of the Solstice energy activation. Today we're going to work with activating joy and playfulness in our solar chakras, um, the sacred fire of the belly. And I'm already getting in really strong and powerful Sekhmet energy being with me now and being with you to help you activate even more that sacred fire and transmute and burn away again the stuck things, the delusions of our egos, the delusions of who we are, and delusions around being less than we are. I'm getting called to jump right in it today. So if you want to receive this energy activation and healing, then please say yes in your head or out loud. And I'm lighting this candle now. I mean, this whole Solstice series is about playfulness, joy, and one way I know how to get more playfulness and joy in our lives, and I'm working on it myself, believe me, is to take life a bit less seriously and to have a bit more fun with my with my perfectionist. For anyone astrology interested, I'm just talking while I'm fixing this. I have my south node in Virgo and my north node in Pisces, and then Pisces and Sun and Moon. And so basically, being a perfectionist is really, and being really, wanting things to be meticulous is my kind of old way of working, and so I'm trying to work, to find my way, to ease my way more out of that. It's still good to deliver quality, but to not be so strict on myself that everything becomes a hustle, or that or that you just don't do them because it's easier not to do them. So although I was talking, I'm lighting this candle now with the intention of lighting that Sekhmet sacred fire in all of our bellies, in our solar plexus, and letting it burn and transmute inner blockages in solar plexus that are holding you back from shining your full authentic light, and that are blocking you from being more in playfulness and pleasure, and not being so scared of making a fool of yourself. Solar plexus is kind of the center of our egos and of ourselves, and there's no such thing in my mind as having no ego. That's bullshit. Uh, we're all human beings, and we're supposed to be human beings as long as we're alive. But we can work our way into trying to have a healthy self and a healthy ego, and knowing our shadows, knowing what we are and what we're not, and working on changing what we don't want to be anymore. So with that in mind, just make sure you're sitting comfortably, and close your eyes and open your mind and your heart and your solar plexus to receiving. And first of all, just put your mind and your attention down in this area, in the solar plexus area. And I'm seeing the image of a buckle, of a belt, an energetic belt, which It's like solar plexus almost have this kind of, it can almost function um, as a closed door, as a block between the lower chakras and our heart and the upper chakras. So anything usually we fear or we deem not good enough or we deem dangerous or we unconsciously think we need to hide, that buckle, around this area all the way down on the back, kind of just function as this lock, putting it down. So what I want you to do is go with me on this journey and really feel into this area and sense if you can feel that, or if it's situations in your life when you kind of have, where you're in situations where you feel that you're tightening up. It could be stress at work or at home, or a certain pressure you put on yourself in certain situations to look or act or be a certain way. If you then feel that belt almost tightening, like a corset around your upper waist, this area. And on the back for us women, I mean, it's the same place for men, but it's extra easy for us to kind of know where it is, because the back of the chakras is always a bit higher up than the front. So the back of the solar plexus actually is where we usually have our bra straps, where we have the bra on the back. And so meaning that even though solar plexus is down here right on me, it would still be up here. I'm not wearing a bra now, but if I wear. So when you sense it, see if you can sense it going energetically, if you can sense that energy going all the way around here, and if you can sense it on the back of your back. Increasing the sacred fire burning in your solar plexus now. Seeing how the fire from yesterday's work in the sacral chakra already is burning from Hara chakra. And this sacred Sekhmet fire now is burning away and transmuting all the fears, all the different fears and blockages around fully embracing joy and playfulness and having fun with life, not taking life so seriously. Like, yeah, receiving stuff. Now in your mind's eye, picture this sacred fire in your solar plexus, like a huge bonfire full of life. And Sekhmet is now asking you to put anything that you feel around your identity and around yourself, your own personal self, your self-beliefs that are hindering you from fully blooming into the version you want to be, into your fullest expression of you. She's looking at you with this patient gaze, and then they're laughing, because I said patient, and Sekhmet is like really known to be the total opposite that energy is not patient usually. It's daring and burning, and okay, you want to get things done, let's get things done. So but again, right now what I'm seeing is this mix of a loving patience and a love for what you're doing right now, mixed with this daring gaze, like, okay, you know, you don't know what you're up for, but it's gonna be exciting. Kind of good tower energy. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the tarot card too in a bit. I was drawn to my gaze before I started this transmission. My gaze fell on this snake. I know the name, Cobra. Just before I started, and I got the message that also the work already initiated in the two other activations. And if you're suddenly bumping into this activation, you know, without having done the two other ones, maybe that's meant to be, you know, maybe it's exactly Solar Plexus that you are encouraged to heal and work with now. So I'm getting the message that the two other activations together with this one is really awakening the Kundalini and the Shakti force within. And again, that makes sense because playfulness, pleasure, joy, all of that hangs together with our life force, right? And what I want to do with this is bringing that life force up and fully activating it in every part of you, so that you can open up to receive and enjoy life in a bigger way. So that's working and burning its way now. And again, in your mind's eye, you're putting everything. If you have anything lost in you that you feel like, and it's a great time now just before the new moon. So if you have anything in you that you're feeling like you want to transmute, you want to put on the fire, then throw it on. And as you throw things on the fire, know that it will already start its transformation. It's alchemization. I'm feeling like I'm throwing fancy words around now, but it really is a way of alchemizing your inner traumas and blockages. So as this fire is cooling, it's not that sacred fire in your solar plexus is not gonna burn out, it's not gonna stop, but as it's cooling down a little bit, you can see all around it specks of gold, like gold dust and gold laying around. And I'm seeing for you now that the symbol of Sekhmet, gathering it up in a bottle and giving it to you. This is your transformation, your pure higher self and human self, like your authentic personality. And you're free to do what you want. Maybe you want to drink it, you know, if it's possible to drink it, or just imagine you can still have it in your body. I'm seeing dragons. So for several of you, you're connected to the dragon energy. And to work with that, or you're used to working with that. And you can call in your dragon too to help you even more activate a healthy self and a strong self and self rooted in your true unique personality and soul purpose. Now we're calling in your higher self. Your higher self is coming in, helping you reinforce your belief in yourself on this journey that you're on. And I'm seeing him, like she's holding her hands on your shoulders, standing behind you like this tall, beautiful figure, kind of encompassing you. Now I want you to ask your higher self, what's one thing I can do, or what advice do you have for me to activate even more joy and pleasure in my life and in myself? It's a bit more fear. So in root we had fear connected to our foundation, connected to, am I safe in the world? Am I safe? Will I survive? You know, it's the fears that are triggered in us as babies and children. Am I safe to express myself? And then in solar plexus, the fear takes a bit different flavor. So it can still be, am I safe or not to express myself? Or just usually it will be like, I'm not safe to express myself, for example. Or when you try, it's scary, or the other way. But it's also a more fear on the fear in root is more like my needs, food, water, love from my mom and dad as a child, you know, like the primal needs. While solar plexus, it's a radiant, healthy self at its best, and at its worst when it's working against us, or just, you know, in periods when it's blocking us. It's at its outmost worst, it's some of the leaders we see in this world, you know, with huge deflated egos, not in touch with total blockage from their hearts. Yeah, we're just cleaning up that. And then at its actually also sending that love. It might be hard to want to send love to people like that, but I feel sorry for anyone going through life in the way that certain world leaders are doing. I'm not saying they deserve my sympathy, but I truly feel sorry for their souls. So back to us. The fears in solar plexus doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to be the huge deflected ego or the spiritual ego that many go through. But it can still be this blocks that from some part of our childhood was actually, I mean, it's parts of us trying to help us by keeping us small. It's parts of us trying to restrict us by keeping us stuck, because moving out of that feels more dangerous. So I'm asking Source now to pull out any traces, any blockages, belief systems regarding playing small, that it's dangerous to let your light shine, it's dangerous to radiate, it's dangerous to follow your path, it's scary to be in joy or playful and attract attention, and it's safer, pulling out also the idea that it's safer to to not be seen, but it's safer to dim your fire, dim your light. And we're pulling out, and in that also the witch wounds, the past life wounds around being a healer, a witch, a shaman, or any other type of lives where you in some way or another got punished for being seen in your gifts, being seen in your light, where it created jealousy, or and we're removing any belief systems telling you that you're putting yourself and the people you love in danger when you're fully showing your light, your purpose to the world. And we're updating you to your actual date today and to this year 2025. I'm asking Source to download to you that you're living in 2025 now, in your age, and you're safe. Unless you live in a, most likely you are safe to express your being and your gifts. Download into you the knowledge of how good it feels when you're radiating from, when you have your a healthy chi radiating out from you, and when you're actually, and how you're actually downloading into how you're creating abundance for others when you are radiating from your solar plexus, from yourself. Because when you shine, you help, you light fires in the people you meet, and sometimes that fire is a trigger for someone, but then that's meant to be as well. Now this last activation I'm doing here now is I'm seeing it's like almost like this opening, this beautiful opening between solar plexus and your heart, and I see how the energy moves up, like I want to say like a fountain. It moves from your everything here, from like earth star chakra down in the ground and up through your root, through your hara, through your solar plexus, and it moves like a fountain up to your upper heart chakra, and it continues up into throat, which you're going to work with tomorrow, and all the way up, so the real fountain comes up off your crown. And that, my friend, is a gift that you can give to yourself and the world. And it's not always easy, at least for me. I'm working on it constantly. It's a work in progress. So I'm gonna keep on letting the energy work here while I'm talking a bit about the card. I pulled a card before this reading as well, this activation, and we got card 21, the world. So this is a tarot deck, and most of you probably maybe know the world card. It's such a beautiful, it can speak both about things finally aligning, like coming into, and the way how I spoke about that, I didn't think about it at the time, but the way I felt this fountain coming together, like the energy collecting itself and moving through. And then you see here how the world's beautifully aligned, and it looks like a sun here with a key in it. So this is your healthy self, your healthy, in Norwegian we call it self, or self, which is like the healthy identity. And it's a whole world for you to unlock in there. And I felt the text to this card was so beautifully aligned that I want to read on it. World perspective. I'm being called to shift my perspective on my life now. When I remember I am first and foremost an immortal soul, experiencing life as a human being, I have no fear. So that's again to remember that helps you not be stuck in the solar plexus fear. I can see clearly that I am powerful. I can see clearly that I am a powerful co-creator in a divine partnership with Spirit. Aligning myself with Spirit, remaining unattached to outcomes, I am a conduit for miracles. And that is like also playfulness and joy and co-creation. Aligning myself with Spirit, remaining unattached to outcomes, I am a conduit for miracles. Yes! Exactly. And there's one more thing. Just trying to sort my head. Yes. One more little thing. No, why do I always do that? So I'm quoting a coach I recently worked with that said this, called Rachel, and I'm so sorry now, I will link it below, I can't remember her last name. But it was just such a great way to explain this, and I feel it's, at least for me, this is so solar plexus. It's impossible for the outer world to be safe enough to express ourselves. If you are waiting to feel safe in the voice, in your voice works, meaning in your life work, you are going to be waiting forever. That's, I mean, and then also she followed up with this, which is, all of it could be like different quotes. It's the internal world that have to become safe enough for us to express ourselves. And that's so true, because, you know, if I think, if exactly, like if I would wait for some sort of proof or some sort of acceptance to do what I do, I would probably wait forever. What's in my hair? But and it would always feel threatening. And it's still, to be honest, to me, sharing this, it feels threatening on my nervous system. Although I've done a lot of shadow work and healing on past lives and this life, and my reasons for feeling threatened by sharing my truth, and being on like a platform where potentially a lot of people can see and judge, it's being healed, and it's healed a lot on a cellular level, and on my, you know, in my soul and in my being, but still on this physical computer nervous system programming. It's like I need to keep pushing myself and to keep doing it, and then it gets a little bit like Norwegian. It gets a bit more uncomfortable, I hope. I mean, it does every time I do it. And every time I manage to, I'm just sharing my truth in this to be maybe someone can recognize it. When I manage to not be tough on myself when I mess up, like a lot of the times I say the wrong English words, and actually not because I don't know the right ones, but for some reason being filmed, it's like if we were in person, I probably wouldn't mess up that much, but I become more nervous of recording something like this, sharing something like this unconsciously, and then it makes me it's still this layer of resistance I have to go through sometimes. and sometimes it just goes away, and it makes me be more clumsy with my words. Even if I was speaking Norwegian, it would be the same, probably, or I know it is sometimes. So, so yeah, that's that thing about doing it anyway and showing myself every time that I do it that I survived. And nothing bad came out of it yet. And if it does, probably I'll survive that too. So that, my friend, I'm finishing off the energy activation now, imagining this gorgeous big yellow rose in your solar plexus and a yellow butterfly fluttering its wings, sending energy up again, up to your heart, so you have this heart solar plexus activation going. And then we'll continue that tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm closing this activation now. Okay, see you tomorrow. If you're with me, it's going to be energy activation on the heart chakra, and then we're going to also continue that through the chakras and work, you know, like really calibrate and integrate what we've done so far. And then I'm going to just kind of, hopefully smoothly, I will move you into a Solstice meditation. So it will be probably a bit longer. Okay, it was really nice to connect. And if you like this video and you want to see more, then please subscribe and click the link, click the like button. Okay, bye.